Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So Fall Out Boy, and Case did mention it's kind of funny when we go through Riot Fest and talk about everything. We feel like it has gotten maybe possibly a little lost that Fall Out Boy is headlining tonight. And this is going to be sick with Offspring and Sum 41 and, bands like Suicidal Tendencies and Public Enemy and Cypress Hill today, Drug Church. Today is stacked at Riot Fest. And what a first day. The whole weekend is stacked, but today's going to be a fun first day. So Fall Out Boy headline tonight. Also at the When We Were Young Festival in Las Vegas. So here's the deal. We want to get you there for an incredible VIP elite trip to not only see them, but Jimmy Eat World, Pierce the Veil, My Chemical Romance, 50 bands. You'll get flights, hotel, and stay at Resorts World, tickets to the show. Just text to a different text number than usual. Text FEST, F-E-S-T, to 95819. That's the only way to enter. It's one of our other text numbers. So FEST, FEST, to 95819.
Now, I try to correct people when they accidentally text us. I know it's going to happen. I mean, please don't, but I know it's going to happen. And so I'm correcting this guy. His name is Jacob. And he's like, I already did that, Kenzie. And I go, you're texting the wrong number, Jacob. So if you get a text back from me, you may want to read the entire text because it gives instructions on the word as well as the number you should be sending it to.
Were you in all caps, it sounded like?
Yes, we both were.
Did you guys both apologize and make up now? Well, you should. You should.
He hasn't responded to me. He's probably embarrassed because it's right.
Try in lower caps, but we love you.
No. He has to give in first.
All right, that sounds on track. Okay, here we go. We've been struggling with this on what to do. We pour one out often here. It's part of the features of the show when we really love something and it goes away. And we already did pour one out for this thing, but now it's back. So I don't know what to use for un-pour one out music.
Play it backwards.
Play the Boys II Men song backwards?
Play it backwards.
No, I think that's how the devil spawns.
Yeah.
Not from that song.
You never know. You ever heard it backwards?
It's either that or Led Zeppelin. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
Let's try this just for today. But if anybody has an idea for an un-pour one out song. So we poured one out for Red Lobster months back when they declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy, thinking they were all going to go away. Now, a message from Red Lobster, they're back.
Oh, it should be I Will Survive.
That's not bad.
They've made it.
Yes. Well, here's a message from Red Lobster to people that are on their, the app rewards program, an email from them. It says, Dear valued guests. Now, it's all caps like Kenzie just did to that listener. Today is a great day for Red Lobster. We're happy to announce that Red Lobster has successfully exited its Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Woo!
Red Lobster is now stronger and more resilient and ready for a bright new chapter, supported by our local guests, dedicated team members, and new USA-based ownership who are committed to investing in Red Lobster's future. So can I assume that the last management was not USA-based? I don't know.
I guess they didn't care about their future.
They certainly didn't. And these USA-based ownership people do. So they say, we've been inspired by the countless stories you've shared with us over the past few months about how Red Lobster has been a part of your lives, from celebrating milestone birthdays to anniversaries, and being a place for first dates that turned into lifelong partnerships. We're excited to create new cherished moments with you as we turn the page and start writing Red Lobster's next chapter. And you know who saved Red Lobster? Wasn't it Flavor Flav?
It was Flavor Flav.
God, name something he hasn't accomplished. I love him. God, every time something good happens, like, you know who did that, Flavor Flav?
Who will be at Riot Fest tonight.
I know. He's like Superman. How's he doing all this?
I hope he did the women's water polo team.
That's right.
He was like a pro ambassador for women's sports in the Olympics. He saved
Red Lobster. Yep.
He's out of prison so we can see him perform in Public Enemy.
Watch out, Cancer. You're next, and Flavor Flav's coming.
Thank
No
God.
kidding.
That clock has superpowers.
So here's what they're saying also, because I thought the one up in, is it Arlington Heights or Rolling Meadows closed? A couple of them closed locally, but it says you'll start to see the positive impact of investments in Red Lobsters across their 545 stores in USA, Canada. So there must still be some. I'm trying to think which ones didn't close during this bankruptcy.
There were still a few that were out there.
Yeah. They're more excited than ever to serve you. Quality. Now, here's the thing. We talked about this, and I said, it's so sad that Red Lobster is going away, but I'm a hypocrite because I haven't been to Red Lobster in a long time.
Yeah, you're a part of the problem.
I was part of the problem.
Are you going to be a part of the solution, Brian, now that they brought jobs back to America?
I am. I'm going to be part of the solution.
Find the closest one to us. We'll go. We'll take it to Riot Fest.
Okay, so there's one in closest to us downtown here is there's one in the 5200 block of South Pulaski.
Okay.
There's one in Lincolnwood, Norridge, Oak Lawn, Downers Grove, Orland Park, Munster, Indiana, Schaumburg.
You're turning into Howard Dean again.
I know.
Madsen, we're going to Aurora, and then Maryville, Bolingbrook. Yeah!
That's too close to me. I do everything near you guys.
Well, what of those was closest to you, I think? Probably the Aurora? Schaumburg. Schaumburg's probably closer to you.
Yeah, Schaumburg would be closest.
Schaumburg's close to you. I say we do a tour. Are these all still open? There's a lot of them. I thought they closed a few during the bankruptcy. Maybe were able to keep them open. That's great.
I certainly like the idea of going on a Red Lobster tour. I've never been in a band. I've never had the chance to go on tour before. This seems like it'd be the most likely option.
I think the cheddar biscuits are different.
I'm going to start calling you Cheddar.
Very happy. So again, we got to be part of the solution. If we wanted it back or we poured one out, it's got to, we got to do something. You got to have some effort to keep it up. Someone said, Sam, the Red Lobster in Oak Lawn has been thriving.
Oh, it's bumping?
Yeah.
Try going on a Friday. You can't.
So give your patronage to Red Lobster and let's keep them going. They work to make it open and keep it open and get it back and USA based. So let's go. Red Lobster. Thank you.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with Riot Fest today. Like last night's pop-up kind of began Riot Fest with Q101 at the Metro with The Offspring, which was incredible. It really lived up to everything you could imagine. Very funny. They put on a great show. And there's a lot of the after shows tonight all through the weekend. And we have tickets for Manchester Orchestra. I love this band. And they're playing with Military Gun, a band that Case, the producer, introduced me to a couple years ago. They played Lollapalooza last year. They're at the House of Blues, one of my favorite venues in town. So that's happening Sunday night. Our great friends at Riot Fest, of course, helped make this happen. Our partners, our friends, our family. So it's Sunday night at the House of Blues. All you got to do is guess the sound, okay? So here is the sound. And Kenzie doesn't know. Me and Case came up with the sound, and Kenzie doesn't know what it is. So, Kenzie, you can take a guess here. Name the sound. What do you think that is?
Can I get it one more time?
No.
No, give it to her one more time. Give it to her one more time.
Okay, and also, this is a call-in contest only. So 312-591-8300. Call if you think you know what this is.
That's what I sound like rollerblading.
Are you falling at the end?
Yes, I suck at rollerblading. It sounds like somebody rollerblading and hitting something. That's exactly what I sound like when I rollerblade. It's like you stole audio from me.
How often do you rollerblade?
That's Kenzie.
I've tried to learn so many times. Wheels are just not for me. I'm not good at bikes, rollerblades, skateboards, cars iffy. Hate wheels.
I'm glad people still rollerblade. I still see it out there.
I want to.
Me too. I always wanted to be. I couldn't do it.
That's what I sound like at a rink, baby.
Okay, here's Kenzie rollerblading.
Bang. Me and my birthday party.
All right, so if you know what that is, 312-591-8300. Name the sound. First person through is going to the Manchester Orchestra and Military Gun at the House of Blues on Sunday night.
Don't.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
All right, it's Name the Sound for Manchester Orchestra and Military Gun at the House of Blues Sunday, a Riot Fest after show. Of course, they're at Riot Fest, so our friends at Riot Fest, our family, helped us get these tickets to you. Name the sound. Here is the sound. That's the sound. You got it? Mm-hmm. Here we go. Let's go to Double Features. Mike checking in. What do you think that sound is? Guess the sound. Name the sound.
Rewinding and ejecting.
I'm sorry, say again?
Cassette tape rewinding and ejecting.
That's a good guess.
Oh my gosh. Even VHS, remember watching the movie backwards? I'm like, oh, Mufasa's not dead.
Double Features, Mike, as much as I love you and all you do for the show, by the way, making the theme music for the show every morning at 6 o'clock, that is not correct.
That's okay. I already have tickets for it. I would have given them to my brother.
Because you don't know they're twin brothers.
And we can't have that.
All right,
Thanks,
man.
guys.
Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Let's see. Amanda's checking in from Lockport. Amanda, guess the sound.
I would say somebody riding a skateboard into a parked car, or the sound of Dave Navarro shutting the van after Dean's addiction broke up.
Wow. Listen, that's a great guess. I really just want to give you the tickets for that guess. That's
I know,
hilarious.
both of those are great.
That was amazing. But not right. I'm sorry.
Oh, dang. Have a good day, guys.
You too. Let's take Max checking in from Niles. Max, what's going on? Ahoy.
Hey, what's happening, Captain?
Name the sound, buddy.
Right. I think it's a Cybertruck hitting a pothole.
Oh, God, I wish all these people were right. Sorry, buddy.
Have a good one.
You too. Okay, here's the sound again. Case has told me all 10 lines are all wrong.
That's right. So everybody on the phone right now, I'm going to hang up on you. It's nothing personal. I have no issues with you. You're just wrong.
Sounded very nice.
So,
That's a good thing to say because people are going to be like, I was about to win.
So that means Ross, Rebecca, Brian, Bill, all the people that I've talked to that are on the phone lines right now, you're gone. I'm going to hang up on you.
Aw.
We're going to play another song. I'm going to
don't
open
worry,
the phone lines
you
back
wouldn't
up.
have won.
Yeah,
Yes.
Don't worry, because you guys all had the same guess, and it was an incorrect guess. We're going to open this up one more time. We got a Foo Fighters song here. I want a winner.
That's very nice. That's very nice of you. Because if we don't get a winner, we'll do God Bust a Baby and still give them out, and everybody has a chance. So here it is one more time. Name the sound for tickets to Manchester Orchestra at the House of Blues on Sunday. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Name the sound for Manchester Orchestra tickets with Military Gun at the House of Blues Sunday night, a Riot Fest after show with Q101. All family together. It's going to be wonderful. So this is the sound. And we're going to take about 3 people here. If no one gets it, then we will just do God Bust the Baby, and everybody listening has a chance, so don't go anywhere.
Now, you can't win via text, but this is a funny text someone said. Is it when you guys were rolling down the hallway in the Q Olympics and you hit the wall? There's still a huge dent in the wall.
Yeah, Brian, you have to pay for that at some point.
No one knows. No management has noticed that dent in the wall.
Everybody knows.
I ain't paying for it. I ain't doing it.
Not leaving.
All right, so let's go to Sarah checking in from the 219. Sarah, ahoy. Name the sound. Sarah.
Oh, hello. Is it an elevator door closing?
It is not an elevator door closing.
Oh.
Homer Simpson on the phone.
I know.
Don't. All right, thank you,
Have
Sarah.
fun today, guys.
Oh, thank
thanks,
you. We
girl.
love you. Let's check in with Hector. Hector, ahoy. Name the sound.
How you doing? The sound is the garage door closing.
Garage door closing.
Morning.
It is not a garage door closing.
Oh, man. Thank you.
All right.
Man.
Oh, man.
Man, a few words.
Oh, these are great guesses. Kathleen checking in from Lions. Name the sound.
Filling up.
What is it, Kathleen?
It's a gas pump. It's a gas pump filling up.
Oh, my
It's off the
God.
gas.
It's a gas pump filling up. Now, listen carefully. It is.
It is?
That's what it is. The gas pump fills up and then clicks when it's full. That's it.
Yes.
Yes.
I wasn't anywhere. I heard something rolling for sure.
I heard it click, and I immediately was like, that sounds like money.
Well,
It's like PTSD with how expensive gas is. It makes you shiver.
Yeah.
Well, it turns into tickets for you. Manchester Orchestra, Military Gun, House of Blues on Sunday night. And you are there from our great friends and family of Riot Fest and Q101 and Brian and Kenzie.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. That's Pearl Jam. That is for, who called in about that one? Oh, Carrie did in Woodridge. Carrie in Woodridge called in for that because she was reliving Wrigley Field about a month ago. at the Pearl Jam show when they went into that, and then they went into Little Wing the Hendrix, which Carrie and Woodridge, I feel you. It hit me deep when they did that. I've never seen them do that before. And it's kind of good you said that about Pearl Jam. I got that in for you because today's a day similar to that with so many bands and Riot Fest starting in just a few hours for the whole weekend. And you've got bands doing special things at Riot Fest. For example, NoFX doing their goodbye farewell tour every night of Riot Fest. You have The Offspring, which crushed last night at the Metro, doing Smash in its entirety. You've got Sum 41, the last show ever in Chicago. There's so much special things going on. And I don't even have to, well, I do have to mention this. Jacob Knoll playing with his dad's band, Sublime. And he didn't even really know his dad, sadly. Passed away so young when he was 1 year old. And now he's taking the place of his dad in Sublime. And I saw him at the Park West in January open up for G Love and the Special Sauce. I was just stunned.
I love that name.
G Love and the Special Sauce.
Oh my God.
I think, you know what? You'd love the band. They're very,
I just love that name.
they're very funky. And
oh, I don't doubt it. Let's get busy, baby.
And you know what was amazing? It was a blizzard night going to the Park West.
Awful, yeah.
There was only about 100 people in the Park West, and he was playing like he was playing at Riot Fest in front of 40,000 people, and that's what he's going to do Sunday night at Riot Fest, closing out Riot Fest on Sunday, Sublime, and I think that's going to be so emotional and crazy for him. And I can't wait to see that. So those are just these special moments we're talking about at Riot Fest. And I don't know, Kenzie, for you, like this special moments is the one that's going to stand out this weekend you're looking forward to?
So I've said it, now I'll say it again. The most impressive concert I've ever been to is Fall Out Boy. So I'm ecstatic for tonight because obviously Fall Out Boy, the headliner, big stuff. Don't know if you've heard about it. But the thing that I'm probably most excited for out of the weekend as well as tonight more specifically is Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
I have never seen Cypress Hill.
That's too bad.
Which is, it's almost embarrassing to say, but I'm very excited. 6:20, it's happening at a beautiful time. I won't have to miss anything. Early in the night still. I cannot wait to check them out. And they are going to be at the Rise stage.
Which is kind of funny. They're playing the Rise stage with the wafting of the marijuana smoke from that stage will be going on. The stage will rise in the air. I believe it will.
You believe
while
so?
they perform.
What, they have biblical powers?
I can't wait to see it.
I think when
I have a very high expectations.
I think when Be Real comes out, I think the stage will rise from the marijuana smoke in the audience and for what he's going to walk on stage with.
The good news is I'm still going to have the energy at 6:20.
Yeah.
Because I need heavy energy for Cypress Hill. I mean, jumping around. I'm going to be so excited.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to... I swear to God, depending on how this goes, I may have to see the Marley Brothers instead of Fall Out Boy because if I'm a little bit tired, I may have to mellow out.
You're going to fall asleep going home.
Cypress Hill is going to have a huge impact on the rest of my night.
Well, I will say, since the Marley Brothers are on the same stage as Cypress Hill afterward, the Rise stage, I think the stage will stay levitated from the marijuana smoke of both bands all the way through. That's what's so great about Riot Fest and why it is, and we're not being homers when I say this, it's the greatest festival in the world because of what they bring you, the different kinds of music and genres and bands together, and it's always the best of them. So it's going to be an incredible weekend. Now, you've heard about the big ones, like I said, with Fall Out Boy tonight and Beck and Pavement tomorrow. And we talked about Sublime and Slayer closing out on Sunday. But Case the producer does this podcast called A Case For, where he sells you on bands that you may not be aware of. And that's what we want to be a part of here is introducing you to new music to fall in love with some of these bands. So why don't you give us a band, Case, that if people are, you get there early and you might not know some of these bands, who should we go target?
Yeah, I really want to be as inclusive as possible because the Riot Fest lineup top on down is normally bands that I'm in love with. And so I've got one band each day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that I want to highlight real quick. If you're going today, get there early, get to the Radical stage. Great name for a stage.
It is.
Very fun.
At 2:30. There's a band called Spiritual Cramp playing the Radical stage at 2:30 today. Here's a little bit of what they sound like.
Like it.
I actually like that.
They're great. If you are planning on going to Riot Fest on Saturday and seeing the Hives, I got news for you. Go today and see Spiritual Cramp. Their big influences are the Clash and the Hives. And those are two bands that I hold in great esteem. Two bands I don't compare most bands to. Spiritual Cramp, I think are going to be the next big thing in the same way that Turnstile was, in the same way that Military Gun was, these underground bands that eventually got on alternative radio. I think Spiritual Cramp is next in line. These guys are not only great in studio, the record they put out last year was great. As a live band, they are so unbelievably charismatic and engaging. They have a full-time tambourine player on stage with them. He's just running around playing the tambourine. It's unbelievable how great it is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Also, for budget reasons, they might want to reconsider that. I want them to survive and get through
More
it.
cowbell, baby. I like it.
You sold me. I want to go see them.
They were playing right before Drug Church on the Radical stage. They're there at 2:30 today. So that is today. That is Spiritual Cramp at the Radical stage.
That's a good early one to
I know.
hit. I like that.
I will be there. I'm looking forward to that. If you're going Saturday, get there early. Again, Radical stage. This is 1:15 on Saturday.
Ooh.
This band is called Heart Attack, man. Scary name, but a delightful band. Here's a little bit of what they sound like.
Look up from your head, face to face from where I stand. Oh my God, it's all happening again. Promised myself I wouldn't go back, but here I am.
Case, you're doing a very good job.
Thank you, Kenzie. I
like
appreciate
both
it.
of those, which sometimes doesn't happen with you.
I think the only reason this band isn't like a really big deal is because MTV2 is no longer a viable way to find new bands. If they were coming up at the same era as a Newfound Glory or a Say Anything or any of those kind of third wave emo bands, they'd be huge. They remind me a lot on stage, actually, of, when Blink was young and they were like really rude on stage. Same deal there. Their singer Eric is super charismatic. They're very in your face, but in not an aggressive way, but in almost like a trolling way.
I like it.
I'm going to interview them on Saturday. I love them. I saw them at the Aragon last year. Again, just such a great live band. So I would recommend checking them out. Again, if you're into, Saturday's got Taking Back Sunday and bands like that. If you're going to see Taking Back Sunday, get there early, see Heart Attack, man. It's a very easy bridge to cross there in terms of what they sound like.
Sold me on that one, too.
All right, I'm 2 for 2.
Yep.
Let's see if I can go 3 for 3.
Try it.
I don't know.
Sunday. This is a big one. Sunday at 2:10 on the Rise stage, which if you haven't been to Riot Fest, the layout this year, the Rise stage and the Radical stage are going to be right next to each other.
It also still might be levitating from Friday night, but anyway, go ahead.
There's a real possibility. This band is going to bring it down, though. Luckily, they are straight edge. I don't think there's going to be any weed smoke for Fiddlehead, my favorite
I knew you were
band.
Gonna say
I
that.
know. If you've met me before, I've probably been wearing a Fiddlehead shirt or sweatshirt. This is a little bit of what they sound like. They're playing the Rise stage on Sunday. So here's the thing with Fiddlehead. Their singer, his name's Pat Flynn. He's been in some of the most influential punk bands of the last 20 years. He was the front man for this band called Have Heart, who they play shows once every 5 years now. Thousands of people fly all over the world to go see them. They're this giant hardcore band. Huge deal. Pat Flynn, Monday through Friday, is a history teacher in the Boston area. And he's not one of these guys that is teaching in hopes that he becomes a big rock star. He is so much more into teaching kids history than he is being in a punk band. But every band he's in, people have this spiritual devotion to. He's one of the most influential figures in my life. Brian, you talked about it at Wrigley Field, how Eddie Vedder, in between songs, he was giving these very moving monologues about Chicago and about music and these things like that.
Yeah.
Pat Flynn is the same way. I've been to every Fiddlehead show in Chicago. They started playing here in 2021 at Chi-Town Football, which is across the street from the drive-in movie theater there. It's not even a concert venue, but they played there. They played the Metro. They played House of Blues. Now they're at Riot Fest. They are, to me, they're the band to go see this weekend. They're, heavy if you like punk rock. They're emo if you're into emotional stuff. They're just a great band, and their frontman is such a good dude and such an interesting guy. That is Fiddlehead playing the Rise stage Sunday at 2:10.
So, Case, I am so curious about this because you pride yourself on knowledge of bands that, they're not headlining yet.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
It's my specialty.
Let's put it that way.
It's what I do.
I have 2
You're
questions.
a non-headliner.
You're not a headliner.
Clearly.
My eyes dart towards the bottom of the poster.
Yeah, early times. So, when these lists come out, okay, do you look up every single band and listen to them?
So Lollapalooza, yes. I try to get a general idea of if I get the sense there's a guitar in a Lollapalooza band,
Yes.
I'm gonna check it out. Riot Fest, and this is by no means a flex. I've made some horrible decisions in my life that have led to this point. I kind of know the lineup. Like, there's very few bands that I don't know on
Check
here.
out the big brain on Case.
Because this question's a two-parter.
Okay, hurry up. We're up against it, so hurry up.
Ask you that. I'm sorry. Just hold on.
All right, we're running late.
Because there's a
We have
lot
to pay
of
the bills.
There's a lot of names on here, and the one that really grabbed me was Swingin' Utters, which is happening on Sunday.
Yes.
I gotta know if that's good.
I love Swingin' Utters.
Really?
So, classic 90s punk band. If you
Okay.
like Smash, if you like Green Day's Dookie, especially if you like Green Day stuff before that, Swingin' Utters are phenomenal. They're a band that's on Fat Records, which is the NoFX record label. They are, to me, actually, they're probably maybe the highlight of that stage. They've made good music from the 90s until now. The last record they put out is actually fantastic. So I think, let me look at that schedule real quick. They're kind of at the same time as Fiddlehead.
They are. They're at 2:30. Fiddlehead is at 2:10.
Wow,
It's
tough choice.
It's going to be a tough swing because I've actually never seen Swingin' Utters before, but one of the best punk bands of the 90s. If that is more your thing, if you're kind of a pick it up guy, go see Swingin' Utters.
All right, there we go. A case for the bands. Great job. You've sold me on all three.
I do what I
And
can.
probably even Swinging Others. I'll probably go check them
I
out,
have
too.
a few more questions for you.
No,
Turn the
no,
microphones
stop.
up.
You can do
Why don't we turn the microphones
no.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.